Actually, that video is a little long also.
Correct. I also saw that. So maybe in the end, when you want to wrap up last part, we could.
Yeah, we can see little bit, and then they can see it on their own also. Because I think it sums up his method quite well.
Yes. Okay, so we can start.
Okay.
So as all of you know that today is a Meissner's technique, and those who are familiar a little bit, it's fine, but if not, you would come to know.
So we have moved to another continent. We have moved to America. And so we are going to talk about one of the masters of the American system of acting, as it is broadly thought of. And now Sanford Meisner is also, people call him Sandy, used to call him. So I'll very briefly just 2 lines. He was born in 1905. And
मैम आपकी वॉइस बहुत लो आ रही है.
अच्छा. This is because of the fact. Let's see. So he was born in 1905 and he lived till 1997. From 1924 onwards, he was active and busy in theatre. In fact, before that also. And it was always his dream to be an actor and then to be an actor teacher, which he enjoyed most. He worked in Hollywood, he trained many Hollywood actors and so on. He was with Lee Strasberg, with Stella Adler, all these people in the group theatre that they had formed and which was very famous in America. Now this group theatre also had connection with some of the actors of Stanislavski who had stayed back in America and they had started a laboratory theatre. So they were under the influence of the system for a very long time. In 1914, Stella Adler went to Paris where Stanislavski was there and she spent 3 weeks with him trying to sort out this whole business about emotional memory or effective memory as some people call it. And finding how else a role could be approached. And he suggested that looking at the given circumstances and imagining them in detail could also lead to the same result. So Stella Adler worked with him for 3 weeks and then she came back and she said that there is no use to focus so much on emotional memory. And so they split. There was a split in the group. Lee Strasberg went his way and the others went their way. But there was a division. And Sanford Meisner was with the group that did not go with Lee Strasberg. And there was this neighborhood playhouse. There was this whole theatre. It was like a teaching place for theatre, teaching performance, neighborhood playhouse, where he spent most of his time teaching and developing his method, which is his own method. On the classroom, the writer, इसकी किताब है ये, I mean, this is a kind of, again, like Michael Chekhov, a kind of a step development of his process that I will try and share. It says, an ounce of action is worth a pound of words. इतना सा action, इतने सारे शब्दों के बराबर है. That is what it says there. And his motto was that the foundation of acting is the reality of doing. Now, see, one of the things about acting is that it is the art that always exists in the now, present. चाहे आप प्रेजेंट में रहें शब्दों के माध्यम से, चाहे आप प्रेजेंट में रहें फिजिकल एक्शन पर पूरा कंसंट्रेट करते हुए, आपको रहना वहाँ. सबसे जो वर्स्ट सिचुएशन होती है एक डिस्ट्रैक्टेड एक्टर की वजह से. मतलब एक एक्टर अगर कंसंट्रेट नहीं कर पा रहा और डिस्ट्रैक्टेड है और उसकी एनर्जी डिसिपेट हो रही है और वो ये सोच रहा है कि अब मैं क्या करूं, तो देन दैट इज अ सॉरी सिचुएशन. सो द फोकस एंड द कंसंट्रेशन कैन कम फ्रॉम एनी सोर्स, पर ये है कि वो भरा हुआ होना चाहिए, वो खाली नहीं होना. मतलब खाली होना चाहिए रिसीविंग के लिए, पर डिस्ट्रैक्टेड नहीं होना चाहिए. तो ये, and most of the answer that the masters are trying to find is to this, that how this can happen. So he says that the foundation of acting is the reality of being. That whatever you do, you are not pretending to do it. You are really doing it. Which means if I ask you to listen for some sound of a car or a bird or something, then you are not pretending to listen to some sound, you are actually listening to hear that sound, to figure out if you can hear that sound. So this is what it would mean, that you are not doing it to show to somebody, but you are doing it for really doing it. So, the question always he would put to his students is कि आप अपने लिए कर रहे हैं या थिएट्रिकली कर रहे हैं, है ना? थिएट्रिकली कर रहे हैं कि अपने लिए कर रहे हैं. एंड इफ आप दिखाने के लिए कर रहे हैं तो वो खाली हो जाता है. इफ यू आर रियली डूइंग इट, सो देन दे वुड गिव देम some action like listen to a sound, or I ask you to count the number of objects that may be there on your table. So when you're counting, you see, when you do something and when you really do it, what happens is your attention is focused. Then there is no room for distraction. It is focused. If I'm counting something and I'm looking, or I've been told to see, okay, find out how many red objects are there on your table. So then I'm looking and seeing which is the red object, how many there are. So again, I have a proper action to do, so my attention is there. Or if you are singing, for example, if you are given a line to speak or a line to sing, then can you make it for yourself? Even in front of people, can you make it for yourself? So can you bring the focus on your doing of something? So now, so what he did, now his system has a very, he worked this out in a different way. He found a solution to it, and that is, instead of focusing on yourself, you focus on your partner. So you look at your partner. Again, are you really looking or are you pretending to? So if you can look at your partner and can you just say what all you observe? That my partner is sitting like this, he's wearing this colored jacket, his hair is long or short. But again, don't make judgments. Don't say my partner is sleepy or my partner uh, mm, is depressed or my partner uh, haphazardly is haphazard. So वो judgments हो जाती हैं. So you are not supposed to deduce judgment, but the first step in the method is that you observe your partner. Supposing two people are partners and observing. Now one, A is observing B. Then A has to say something. You have, your third button is broken. Then the partner has to listen and repeat that. Your third button is broken. Then he changes it that the partner has to accept. I am saying your third button is broken. And the partner is saying my third button is broken. So there is a, so in the first stage, you listen and you repeat. So what you are hearing, you are listening, and you are receiving a line which you have to speak. So you are not struggling for a line. You have a text. So the co-actor is providing the text. You see, this conversation itself is providing the text, it is providing the situation, and it is telling you what to do, which is very simple, that you have to repeat. So, and he says you do not have to create variations. You don't, if I'm saying your third button is broken, so you don't have to say your third button is broken, which you know, so you don't have to try and make it interesting, but get your focus on what you are, just get that much across to your partner and let your partner receive it and say, my third button is broken. Now the person who has initiated the exercise can at some point change it. अगर उसको ऐसा इम्पल्स आता है तो वो कर सकता है, लेकिन सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट है कि आपको ये कनेक्शन बनाना. कनेक्शन मतलब between the two actors. So you are not performing, you are not creating variation or doing something interesting, but what you're actually doing is making a connection between yourself and your partner. So then I can say at some point something which is not there. You have an embroidered shirt. I have an embroidered shirt. No. No, you don't have an embroidered shirt? No, I don't have an embroidered shirt. Oh, I thought we had an embroidered. तो जो इंट्रोड्यूस करता है वो किसी समय पर उसको एक मौका मिल सकता है चेंज करने के लिए, तो फिर वो चेंज कर सकता है, पर जबरदस्ती चेंज नहीं करना. This is very interesting that the repetition from the others point of view को receive करना है. You have an embroidered shirt? No, I don't have an embroidered shirt. तो इसमें लाइन वही है, लेकिन इसमें दो point of view, एक यहाँ का एक वहाँ. So to the line you are adding a point of view.
I'll just interrupt in between. Is it more of action reaction? Like in physics, we have a Newton's third law. There's a for every action there is a equal and opposite reaction. So is it more of that in a very aesthetic sense? There it is a scientific. Here it is more of aesthetic.
You see, it will lead up to that at some point.
Okay.
But in the beginning, he wants you to just make the connection and get this much across. He wants you to begin with that, so that the source, see, my attention then is not on myself but on my actor, on my opposite actor, what the actor is saying. Otherwise, if I'm thinking of myself, I will become self-conscious.
Correct.
So what he has removed is, he has removed the burden of concentration from myself, of the actor, to the other actor. मतलब मेरा ध्यान दूसरे पे चला गया, तो मैं कैसा कर रहा हूँ, कैसा वो हूँ, उससे मेरा ध्यान हट गया.
Correct.
So that he has given a lot of comfort and ease to the actor by just removing that.
Correct.
Ma'am? So ma'am, like, are you referring to self-consciousness? Like, in the sense कि जो हमें होती है करते टाइम पे कोई भी चीज?
Part of it will be there, because at this time, the exercise is easy. It's a simple line. You are 3 buttons have broken, or you are wearing an embroidered shirt, and you have to just play with that. It's simple. You have to focus on what your co-actor is saying, or what is your co-actor's point of view. और कहीं बीच में आपको लगता है कि चेंज हो रहा है, तो उसको चेंज होने देना, है ना. लेकिन जो ना ऑब्जर्व हो रहा है, उसको चेंज नहीं करती, उसको रिसीव करती. So according to Meisner, you are not focusing on yourself, you are attached to something outside of yourself. So the nature of a lot of acting methodology में ये एक major shift है. Then while you are doing it, you don't have to watch yourself. The time and energy for action is there, and it is something that really exists. It is tangible. So it is not anything that is deep inside your head or somewhere and you are searching for it, वगैरह वो सब नहीं है. It is something simple, plain, and your concentration is also on that. So now you can also then shift this to imitating the movement of the other. You can also do that, imitating the movement of the other. And the third is you are with your partner, with your back to the partner, and one of them has to do something which will evoke a response from the first one. Like A and B are there. A drops coins, and then B says, you dropped coins. And A says, I dropped coins. You dropped coins. I dropped coins. You dropped coins. You are wealthy. I am wealthy. No, I'm struggling. Whatever. So you know that. So the business is that again you don't create variations, but again you heard the sound of the coins. आपको पता नहीं था वो coins गिरेगा. उसने एक एक्शन किया, आप बैक टू बैक हैं, और बैक टू बैक होते होते आपने ये कॉन्वर्सेशन एक इनिशिएट किया. So so when this happens, is you are responding to something that is happening then and there, है ना. It is not something जो आपने rehearse किया है या पहले से prepare करके आप आए हैं, ये वहाँ होता है. So what he says that don't do anything unless something happens to make you do it. This is his second principle, है ना? He don't do anything unless something happens to make you do it. तो मतलब जो भी आप कहते हैं या करते हैं, it has to come out of, as you said, maybe as a reaction to something that happens there. उसका एक ऐसा कुछ होना चाहिए जो वहाँ होता है. For example, he told one student, your text is Mr. Meisner. Okay. But you don't say it till something happens to make you say it. So that actor is waiting. Then Meisner will go and punch him in the back. And that actor will, oh, Mr. Meisner. So that is the intonation of Mr. Meisner. So the intonation comes from in response to something that happens. So it's not Mr. Meisner, but oh, Mr. Meisner. तो ये आपका उसको कहने का बना क्योंकि आपको पीछे एक पंच पड़ा या किसी ने आकर आपको टिकल किया, ओह मिस्टर माइसनर, तो ऐसा हो गया. तो कोई भी चीज मतलब बिना एक कॉन्टेक्स्ट बने नहीं होगी, तो उसका कोई ना कोई जब कॉन्टेक्स्ट बनेगा उसी से फिर उसका तरीका भी बनेगा, तो तरीका वो देगा. So don't do anything unless something happens to make you do it. What you do doesn't depend on you. It depends on the other thing. So it has to be spontaneous, it has to be truthful, and you eliminate a lot of the thinking work, the head work, the mental work. So what he is doing is he is moving away from intellectuality and coming more into the training of the impulse, how you develop your impulse. Now, for example, he would give one actor some business to do. वो उसको कर रहा है, and there will be a knock at the door. 1 knock, 2 knock, 3 knocks. So the student here has to gauge the knock. वो knock क्या कह रही है, पहली, दूसरी और तीसरी में उसको दरवाजा खोलना है. तो ये उसको इम्पल्स कहाँ से आता है दरवाजा खोलने के लिए. जो नॉक कर रहा है उसको क्या चाहिए हो सकता है, और वो जो कर रहा है उसका एक्शन अगर डिस्टर्ब हुआ तो वो किस हद तक डिस्टर्ब हुआ, ये वो उसमें उसको वो मतलब ग्रास्प हो जाना चाहिए तब तक. तो रीजन क्या है एक्शन के लिए, मतलब जो एक्टर यहाँ काम कर रहा है उसको अगर अपनी एक्टिविटी करनी है और एक नॉक से डिस्टर्ब होना है, तो उसका अपनी एक्टिविटी से क्या रिलेशन, ये उसको बनाना है, क्योंकि जब तक वो नहीं बनेगा तब तक वो डिस्टर्ब नहीं होगा. So in order that I get disturbed, I should have something in this activity which is of great importance and significance to him. And the other actor for coming has to work out why this actor is coming. But once they are there, then it is between them. Oh, you are busy. Yes, I am busy. Oh, you are really busy. Yes, I am really busy. तो उसी में फिर आप अपनी सिचुएशन को प्ले कर सकते हैं. So what is it that both bring with them something, लेकिन यहाँ आने के बाद that something has to melt and become something that engages the two of them. So what it is, actually you are coming with something inside you, but you are working off your co-actor. You are not working just through yourself, but you are working off your co-actor. And जो आपका एक्टिविटी है, जो एक्टिविटी आप कर रहे हो, वो स्ट्रॉन्ग होनी चाहिए, चैलेंजिंग होनी चाहिए, जिसमें आपका अटेंशन लग सके. Number 3, it should be believable to you. Now, this is one thing he emphasizes again and again, that it should work for you. Whatever you are doing, you should be convinced of what you are doing.
Now the volume has increased.
Oh, acha.
You can switch on your fan. Fan was not the reason, here the volume was little low.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks,
So,
Abhi.
okay. So, पर अगर अभी ठीक नहीं लग रहा तो मैं कल कर सकती हूँ.
No, it's fine. It's fine. It's perfectly. Just the volume of your speaking in the phone was little low probably. Now he has increased the volume, so it's perfect.
Ma'am, one question.
I was involved in an activity when Kabir has come and he has done something to my activity. Are you trying to help me? Huh? Okay.
He's doing his duty.
He is trying to help me. Yes, he is trying to help me. Yeah, thanks.
Ma'am, just one question.
Huh.
Ma'am, you said like whatever you are doing, you should be convinced. So the person who is sitting there, not the one coming there, right?
Yeah, but the one who is coming has to bring something with him also. Doesn't come without him.
Some intention to interact with the person.
हाँ, but वो उसी पर पूरा खेल है actually.
Focus was there.
क्योंकि वो क्या लेकर आ रहा है और उसमें वो कितना इन्वॉल्व है, उस पर ही इनका इंटरैक्शन डिपेंड करता है. अगर वो सिर्फ कैजुअली चला आ रहा है, अच्छा यार तुम बिजी हो, ठीक है मैं बैठा हूँ, वो भी हो सकता है, पर उसके लिए कुछ होना चाहिए. और ये जो हमारे पास वीडियो है हम आपको दिखाएंगे, उसमें इसी चीज को एक्सप्लेन किया है कि मतलब उसका सिर्फ रेपिटेटिव, कई बार आपको ऐसी बहुत जगह मिलेंगी जो कहेंगे उसका काम वो रिपीट करने की लाइंस पर है. So that is only the beginning exercise. Then he has all this building up, slowly, how you are building up a situation. And then through the situation, you are building up the character also.
The one who is at the receiving end, he is involved in that activity that he's doing, and the one who is coming, he is involved in the intention or the goal that with which he's.
And for that, he must also work out something, no?
Yeah.
For example, this one person is studying hard for exams, and the other person comes there, उसको ऑफिस जाना है, बारिश हो गई और छतरी ढूंढ ली है. अब उसके लिए छतरी ढूंढना बहुत जरूरी है क्योंकि उसके बिना वो जा नहीं पा रहा, और इसको अपने एग्जाम की तैयारी के लिए पढ़ना बहुत जरूरी है. तो उसमें इनका जो इंटरैक्शन बनेगा वो, तुम पढ़ रहे हो, हाँ मैं पढ़ रहा हूँ, नहीं तुम पढ़ रहे हो, मेरे को छतरी चाहिए, तुम पढ़ रहे हो, मैं पढ़ रहा हूँ. तो you see how even with the repetition it will have a whole something to it, और फिर वो situation develop.
Yeah. Thank you.
So he says that again, he talks of what कि ये जो आप एक्शन कर रहे हैं ये उतनी तल्लीनता से होना चाहिए जितनी तल्लीनता से ये जिंदगी में होगा. Which means again कि आप इसको एक्ट करने के लिए नहीं करते. You should be able to exert the same amount of energy and the same amount of concentration that it would require if you were doing it in life. and with the same urgency. If you are preparing for an exam or something like that, तो उसमें आप जिस तरह उसको करते हैं उसको आप ला सकें. तो उसके लिए he also talks of the same Stanislavski principle of being in public solitude that you are able to do it. He says acting is heightened, intensified reality, but based on justified reality. मतलब heightened भी है, intensified भी है, लेकिन justified, justify होनी चाहिए. और जो हमारा जो truth है, हमारा जो truth मतलब जो हम जिस पर believe करते हैं, जो हमारे लिए truth है, उसी में हमारी acting की root है.
Can you repeat the thing, like acting is heightened reality and
Intensified reality, but based on justified reality. And that the truth of ourselves is the root of acting. So that is why this activity that you choose should be such which has some challenges in it. Because अगर challenges होंगे उसमें तो आपका concentration ज़्यादा उसमें आएगा. For example, if you are preparing for an exam, then maybe it would be you are looking for one page जिसको आपको लगता है वो जरूर आएगा exam, and you are searching for that one page. So if you have a challenge, then your concentration increases. If you are just या एक कहीं आप अटक गए जो आपको समझ में नहीं आ रहा, तो आपको एक चैलेंज मिलता है जहां आप अपना कंसंट्रेशन फिक्स कर सकते हैं. तो ये आपके लिए बिलीवेबल होना चाहिए, क्योंकि एक्टर को सिर्फ एक्टिविटी दिखानी नहीं है, उसको करनी है. तो इसीलिए आपको खुद कन्विंस होना चाहिए कि ये एक्टिविटी is working for me, and I'm being able to give it my attention and my concentration to it. So your believability on what you are doing is important. So as I told you, then when you are engaged and your business is involving you, you are being able to believe in it, focus in it, then the knock comes. First knock, second knock और third knock के बीच आपका impulse बन जाए. Supposing you know it's your father, then the way you will go and open the door will be different. Supposing you think it is your younger brother who is going to search पे वो तुम्हें ढूंढने आ रहा होगा, आपका दरवाजा खोलने का तरीका बदल जाएगा. तो वो जो आपको इम्पल्स जनरेट करना है, वो ये नॉक्स के उससे आपको वो बनाना है. तो और जो आपका इम्पल्स, और हो सकता है आपका इम्पल्स बने दरवाजा खोल के वापस बंद कर, भाग जाओ यहाँ से, जाओ, नहीं खोलता मैं. तो वो आपका इम्पल्स बना है, तो आप वैसा करें. तो क्या है वाई, जो आप एक्शन कर रहे हैं इसमें आपका वाई आ गया, क्या कर रहे हैं उसमें आपका व्हाट आ गया. सेकंड और थर्ड नॉक के बीच में आपको एक इम्पल्स मिला जिससे आपका हाउ आ गया, है ना. तो ये आपका एक जस्टिफाइड एक्शन बन गया. और ये सारी जो एक्सरसाइजेज हैं ये रेपिटेशन भी यूज कर सकती हैं, और इसमें बीच बीच में दूसरे डायलॉग भी याद. दरवाजा खुल, फिर आ गए, हाँ मैं फिर आ गया, फिर आ गए, हाँ आ गया, फिर आ गए, हाँ आ गया. You don't need more. Actually, you don't need more work. Between that, you can play. फिर आ गए, फिर 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 हाँ फिर.
Is it also somewhere or other imbibed from this classical way of singing in which you say one thing in a different way?
कौन रहेंगे?
That is one.
Yeah.
You keep saying in a different ways.
And you have a
Every
whole.
time it looks totally different and new and very charging.
हाँ, तो इसमें भी बिल्कुल वैसा बन सकता है. आपका एक ही शब्द कैन टेक यू. आई मीन अगर एक्टर्स की जो रिसीविंग और वो होती जाए तो
Like Amir Khan doing it in PK movie, like the Acha wala scene in the jail.
आई थिंक सो मैम कि एक लाइट हाउस मूवी है उसमें होता है वो व्हाट इस तरीके का जो सीन था.
अच्छा मैंने देखा नहीं है.
Lighthouse, you are talking about the black and white film.
Yes sir. What?
Yes. Same थोड़ा सा imbibed है वहाँ पे कुछ.
But मतलब मैं भी देखूंगी.
It's a very strange film. That Lighthouse is basically more is for a artistic and cinematography, and I mean that is interesting. But you should have a taste to watch that film. Everybody would not like.
I will try.
Black and white film done recently. Very interesting.
So then slowly he shifts. मतलब shifts नहीं, इसको लेते हुए आगे जब बढ़ता है, beyond repetition जब जाता है, तो जो person coming in है, उसके पास एक specific reason है, and the reason has to be simple and specific, and he knocks for that reason, है ना? So that उसमें जो है, उस knock में उसका जो truth of instinct है, वो पता चलना चाहिए. Now what he says it should be simple and specific से मतलब ये है कि कई बार हम ना एक ऐसी चीज सोच लेते हैं जो हम जिस पर हमें ही विश्वास नहीं है. मेरी लॉटरी निकल आई, मैं करोड़पति बन गया हूँ और इसलिए मैं इसको ये खबर देने के लिए आ रहा हूँ. Now how much can I actually do I believe this, or is it believable for me? It sounds that it will give me a big impetus, but actually will I be able to believe? I may be able to believe in it. मेरी रिजल्ट आया और मेरी फर्स्ट डिवीजन आई और मैं ये खुशखबरी देने के लिए घर भागा जा रहा हूँ. Are you getting my point? That there is a grandeur in both, but one grandeur is more believable for me than the other grandeur. So ये हालांकि आगे we will talk about what he talks about visual thinking also, but so you have to have a route which is believable for you, which you can accept and which you can play, but which is also specific. उसमें कुछ स्पेसिफिक डिटेल्स ये होनी चाहिए कि कौन सी क्लास का रिजल्ट आया है, स्कूल का एग्जाम है, कॉलेज का एग्जाम है, इंटरनल एग्जाम है, बोर्ड की परीक्षा है, साइंस में आया है, आर्ट्स में आया है, किस में आपके सबसे ज्यादा नंबर आए हैं, किस में थोड़े कम आए हैं, एंड आर यू इन द 97% कैटेगरी, आर यू इन द 80% कैटेगरी. तो ये सब करते करते आप स्पेसिफिक हो जाए. तो उसमें मतलब मैं पास हो गया, मैं फर्स्ट आ गया, मैं 90 क्रॉस, यू गेट ऑल दिस इम्पेटस टू कम इन. तो ये आप जितने स्पेसिफिक होते हैं उतना आपका अपने काम पर विश्वास बढ़ता जाता है. This is the way you make it more believable and you add up to the want or the urgency of it. And here Sanford says that it is better to have something simple and specific with which you can relate and with which you can believe. And he says he prefers this and that when you come in and your co-actor is going, you don't know how, will greet you in a particular way, तो उसमें जो situation बनेगी वो believable होगी. Rather than getting entangled into the emotional memory. He has two reservations about emotional memory. One is that you go inside and you get stuck. And when you get stuck, you're trying to get some emotions, you are not being able to respond in the now. That is one difficulty. That how do you remain in the now when you are searching for something from the past? तो उसमें आपका जो now में performance चल रहा है, उसमें आप कैसे alive रह पाएंगे? Alive in the sense of alive energy when you are searching something from the past. The other reason is far more interesting and important, is what he says that our relation with the past changes. जैसे जो स्मृति मेरे लिए पहले दुखदाई थी. For example, when you are in college and you are in love with somebody and you separate, it is very painful. But 10 years later or 5 years later, it becomes a very sweet memory of very nice emotions. So you may not feel that pain. You may feel something else now. या बचपन में आपको स्कूल में किसी टीचर ने डांटा तो तब आपको बहुत दुख हुआ, लेकिन आज आप याद करते हैं तो आपको हंसी आती है ना? तो हमारा जो रिलेशन होता है स्मृति के साथ या अतीत के साथ, वो वही नहीं रहता जो तब था जब वो घटना घटी थी. So then how do you force yourself to feel that emotion? क्योंकि वो भी अब आपके लिए एलियन हो गया, इतनी दूरी हो गई, आप ग्रो कर गए, आपका एटीट्यूड चेंज कर गया, तो फिर आप उस इमोशन को कैसे जी सकते हो आज की तारीख में? वो तो आप गुजर गया, बीत गया, आपने छोड़ दिया. तो उसको कैसे खींच के आप ला सकते हैं? दिस इज अ वेरी वैलिड आर्ग्यूमेंट that you are searching for something which has in itself changed its shape. It has changed, उसका रूप बदल गया, उसी घटना का रूप आज बदल गया है. तो अब आप वो वाला रूप कैसे उसको अलाइव कर सकते? So for that reason he does not go very much, but he will come to it in a different way, not as if also. So he says that you must believe in the given circumstances of the script or the circumstances that you are creating for your improvisation. And these imaginary circumstances, if you can believe in them and if they can be specific, then they are truer than truth. So circumstances जो आपने सोचे, उसके साथ आपने एक्टिविटी करी. So circumstances plus activity plus second actor, वो अपने circumstances और activity लेकर आ रहा है. जब ये दोनों मिले, इससे एक happening बनी जो कि now में एक scene बन गया. So are you getting? Yeah? The circumstances, the activity, plus the second actor with his activity and circumstances, you meet, and now the scene gets lit with that.
So these given circumstances in this particular case are in the script, you mean to say, or is it the instruction a director has given to the actor at the time of performance?
Now the given circumstances at the stage one are the circumstances that an actor makes.
Okay.
Hana? Then at the second stage, when the script comes, then it is what the script and the director mutually decide are the circumstances. but the breakup of the circumstances will always be the actor's
Will always be
work.
actor.
तो ब्रेकअप करते हैं हम, उसकी जो डिटेलिंग अपने लिए करते हैं वो हमारा काम है ना। अब कुछ डायरेक्टर्स काफी कर देते हैं कि ये इस तरह का घर है, ये इस तरह का माहौल है, इस तरह का मोहल्ला है, पर उसके साथ मैं अपने लिए और बहुत सारी चीजें गिवन सर्कमस्टांसेस में डाल सकती हूँ। बट दे आर, जैसे ये एक सीढ़ी है वो है, अच्छा तो ये सीढ़ी ऐसी है जिसमें मैं बचपन में गिर भी गई थी, मतलब एज अ कैरेक्टर है ना। ये सीढ़ी वो है जहाँ मैं इधर अपने पैसे छिपा के रख देती थी। तो ये एडिशंस जो हैं उसके साथ जो एसोसिएशन बनाने हैं वो या ये सीढ़ी वो है जिस पर हम बचपन में स्लाइड करके नीचे उतर जाया करते थे। तो ये सब चीजें जो है गिवन सर्कमस्टांसेस की जो डिटेलिंग है ये एक्टर कर सकता है अपने लिए। जैसे चेरी ऑर्चर्ड है, उसमें प्लेराइट बहुत चीजें कह देता है, लेकिन हर एक्टर अपने कैरेक्टर की बहुत एसोसिएशन बना सकता है चेरी ऑर्चर्ड के लिए। इसीलिए जब वो चेरी के पेड़ के कटने की आवाज आती है तो वो रिएक्शन की।
I'll just ask a question. According to you, who is the most important character among the male as well as among the female in Cherry Orchard, which an actor would love to perform?
I think they are all such wonderful characters.
लोपाकिन मैम,
लोपाकिन
views?
है, बायव है, I mean कौन सा है?
ट्रॉफी मॉर,
Lopakin is good.
ट्रॉफी मोव है, they are
Trophy
all,
Mall is
they are
good,
all,
yes.
even who is that वो जो वैले होता है उसका, वो भी इंटरेस्टिंग कैरेक्टर है। जो दुनियाशा के साथ फ्लर्ट करता है वो भी बड़ा इंटरेस्टिंग कैरेक्टर है। So when he gave them scripts, so he asked them to learn them fast without getting the meaning. कि आप याद करो, मीनिंग नहीं करो और प्रॉपर रीडिंग्स नहीं चाहिए ना, और कोई इंटरप्रिटेशन मत करो, कुछ मत करो। क्यों? लाइंस आपके पास होंगी तो आप अटकोगे नहीं। When he will get you into improvisations or whatever, तो मीनिंग तो इंटरैक्शन में निकलेगा। आपके को एक्टर्स के साथ जब सीन होगा या रिहर्स होगा तो उसमें निकलेगा। इसलिए आप मीनिंग और इंटरप्रिटेशन मत करो। लाइंस इसलिए कि आपको थोड़ा हैंडी रहे, आपको लाइंस के लिए स्ट्रगल ना करना पड़े। So what the reason for this was so that your relationship with the lines is raw and then they remain untouched. क्योंकि अगर आप इंटरप्रिटेशन कर लेते हैं फिर आप उसी हिसाब से पढ़ते हैं, उसी हिसाब से जस्टिफाई करते हैं और वहीं पर अटक जाते हैं, ग्रो नहीं कर पाते। तो अगर ग्रोथ की गुंजाइश रखनी है तो आपका जो रिलेशनशिप है उन लाइंस के साथ, it should be raw, it should be untouched, and you do it by just learning them so that what you can add emotionally is unlimited. You are free. अगर आपने यहीं पर अर्थ बांध लिया तो आप उसके साथ बनते है ना, then you will just carry that. But if you leave yourself free, then there is a scope of allowing it to take multiple directions. Sure. So your journey has a lot of scope and you can discover much more. So that is why he would get them to do the lines like this. But he didn't want them to do it too mechanically. इसका मतलब ये है कि हम लोग कई बार स्पेशली जब स्पीच कराते हैं तो हम लोग शब्दों को उसके सारे अक्षर खोल लेते हैं। सारे अक्षर मतलब कहाँ कॉन्सोनेंट है, कहाँ बाउल है ना? जो बाउल है वहां हम स्पेस लेते हैं, कॉन्सोनेंट है ना? कौवा, क औ वा, कौवा। ना ये हमने उसको एकेडमिकली बहुत ब्रेक कर दिया. So he didn't want them to do it to that extent. कौवा इतना ही ठीक है. So don't go into क ओ आ या आ. So you have this whole range of vowels. Now vowels are softer sounds. तो अगर आप ब्रेक करेंगे तो एक अच्छी स्क्रिप्ट का आपको इसी में अर्थ मिल जाएगा, है ना? कौवा आया, दिस इज सॉफ्ट, है ना? कौवा कंकड़ काटा, कौवे ने कंकड़ काटा. ये जो है क कौवा ने कंकड़ ये हार्ड हो गया. कंकड़ काटा ट. तो ये एक harsh है. तो it would mean that this would be rendered in a harsh way. कौवे ने कंकड़ काटा, कौवा आया. तो इसी से आपको एक इंटोनेशन मिल रहा है. अगर आप इसको इतना ब्रेक करेंगे तो ये भी आपको इंटोनेशन दे देगा. So he didn't want him to do this, and he didn't want them to give that other kind of meaning also, but to just know them. And so you are neutral. Just as when you begin with the improvisation, you begin with neutral. I am observing you, I am saying one line, which is not to hurt you, but to just make a comment, hey, your third button is broken, or you are looking at me and saying, you are wearing a blue dupatta. Yes, I am wearing a blue dupatta. So we begin with that level. So neutral, उसी तरह voice और speech में भी neutral से शुरू करो, not to be rigid, but to be flexible and to have an emotional flexibility जो आपको आगे ले जाए. क्योंकि अगर आप rigid हो जाते हैं, कोई जैसे अगर आपको धक्का दे तो आप गिर जाएंगे. लेकिन अगर आप फ्लेक्सिबल हैं, कोई आपको धक्का दे तो आप अपना बैलेंस बना लेंगे और एक दो कदम भी चल लेंगे. तो उस तरह का लचीलापन और फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी आपके उसमें रहनी चाहिए, और बहुत जल्दी आपको रिजिड नहीं हो जाना चाहिए कि आप कैसे खड़े हैं या क्या आपको करना है.
Ma'am, we can break for 10 minutes. It's about to be 7. So, do you want to break now or after some time?
I'll just finish this.
Yeah, okay, okay.
We can wait. So like he said, with the knock, you have to make your impulse. Similarly, with the line, you have to pick your impulse. And then you let it grow till your cue comes. For example, it is snowing outside. Snow तो नहीं कर रहा, स्टेज पे तो स्नो नहीं करता, पर आपको उसके लिए एक इमेजिनरी वो बनाना पड़ता है. तो ये जो है, ये आपको how do you arrive at that? So here you will probably need to imagine the snow rather than just looking straight and saying it. So you let it grow. So you let the impulse grow. Now the second is, supposing there is a line, I am saying अभी जैसे नरेश जी ने कहा, should we have a break now? Okay. Now, should we have a break now? Supposing I'm feeling very bored. Should we have a break now? Should we have a break? मेरा impulse यहाँ आ गया. Yes, but I will not say it till he finishes his line. Should we have a break now? पर मेरा reaction break पे शुरू हो गया कि हाँ अब छुट्टी हो रही है ना? तो ये जो है impulse आपका कहाँ generate होता है, उसको वहां से pick करना और hold करना, hold नहीं, grow करने देना जब तक कि आपकी line नहीं आती, है ना? मैंने तुम्हारे लिए एक और मास्टर नहीं, मैंने तुम्हारे लिए लाल स्वेटर लिया, बट यू डोंट लाइक लाल, तो मैंने तुम्हारे लिए लाल, वही मेरा रिएक्शन हो गया. लेकिन वहां नहीं करना है, मुझे को एक्टर की लाइन खत्म होने देना है. पर मेरा इम्पल्स मुझे मिल गया, लाल नो, अरे पीला क्यों नहीं खरीदा. But I will say it only when I get my cue, है ना? So what he means is that you have to know किस पॉइंट पे इम्पल्स बन रहा है और किस पॉइंट पे उसको बोले जाना है और उसको वहां तक आप कैसे ग्रो करें. So the awareness of the impulse is important. ये नहीं कि क्यों आएगा तभी आप इम्पल्स जनरेट करें. इम्पल्स तो पहले आ गया, लेकिन लाइन खत्म होने तक आपको पकड़ के रखना और उसको बढ़ने देना है. तो जब लाइन खत्म होगी तब आप उसको कहेंगे. The other things that he talks about, and maybe this is about wishful thinking, is that you have one area of justified reality which you bring from your experience, and the other is तुम्हारे अंदर भी एक what he calls the harem of the head. हम सबके दिमाग में हमारे बहुत सारे कल्पनाएं होती है ना. अब ये जो कल्पनाएं हैं ये भी हमारा हिस्सा है. ये हमारे जीवन के अनुभव का हिस्सा नहीं है, पर ये भी हमारा हिस्सा है. So what you do is you draw not just from your experience, but you also draw from the imaginations that you are stored inside you. For example, अभी तो मर्सिडीज बहुत हो गया, पर बचपन में जैसे होता था कि हमारे पास एक मर्सिडीज होता. Now that Mercedes is very real in my imagination. I have peeped into Mercedes, I have seen. So if I have to imagine myself riding in a Mercedes, then all I do is I imagine that Mercedes, I remember what I have seen, and then I am imagining that I am riding on one of those seats. उसमें मुझे कितना आराम मिल रहा है, कितना क्या. तो अगर मान लो मुझे कहीं ऐसी एंट्री क्वीन टाइप हाई स्टेटस लेनी है, so I can draw on my imaginary Mercedes कि मैं अभी उसमें ड्राइव करके आ रही हूँ और उसमें से उतर कर I am entering into this place. So I may not have driven in a Mercedes, but it is very real in my imagination and in my association. So I can sort of get that aura and that sensation and bring it with me when I come into the performance. Or maybe some jewelry that I make. मैंने वो ज्वेलरी पहन रखी है. किसी के लिए ज्वेलरी हो सकती है, किसी के लिए गाड़ी हो सकती है, पर हमारी अपनी इमेजिनेशन में बहुत सारी चीजें होती हैं और जो हमारे लिए काफी इतनी रियल होती कि वो कुछ टेंजिबल भी होती है ना. हम किसी 5 स्टार में खाना खाने गए नहीं गए, पर हम इमेजिन कर सकते हैं क्योंकि हमारी कल्पनाओं में हमने कई बार देखा है, या हम ये इमेजिन कर सकते हैं, खैर अब तो लोग मिल भी रहे हैं, कि हम अमिताभ बच्चन से मिले. इसका करोड़पति प्रोग्राम, they come and say ना, oh I have dreamt of this moment so many times कि हम आपके सामने बैठे हैं और अब ये हो रहा है. So you see, now in the imagination many more people will be having it. Or I met Rekha, or I met Simi Garewal. I was on the Simi Garewal show. When we were young, that was a very famous show. So now, sometimes these imaginations are also a good source to draw from in building the background of your character, which are real for you. They may not apply to the character situation. There may be a parallel, but you can draw on these also. So this is he has a lot of space for wishful thinking. Also,
Ma'am, is it a part of law of attraction or something like that, like visualizing what you want and then it's there in front of you, something like that?
yeah, but it should be real, it should become real for you. है ना? मतलब it should be so so intense that it becomes real. है ना?
Yes, ma'am,
But
because I read it in the book of Joseph Murphy, this book named The Power of a Subconscious Mind. He has spoke the same thing, like you visualize things about like what you want in life. So I thought it might be relatable to that as well.
so he is talking of a resource that you can draw on for your creative enactment. कि आपको उस तरह का करना है तो कहाँ से करोगे? तो उसमें ये चीजें मतलब आपका एक एक्सपीरियंस तो हम कह ही रहे हैं, लेकिन एक्सपीरियंस के अलावा आपकी अपनी डिजायर्स और इमेजिनेशन जो हैं वहां से भी आप ड्रॉ कर सकते हैं, पर वो डिजायर उस तरह उस हद तक हो कि वो जैसे आपने ऑलमोस्ट पा लिया, वो अनुभव आपके लिए उतना रियल बन सके तो आप उससे भी ड्रॉ कर सकते हैं.
Okay, ma'am.
So,
Ma'am, yeah.
Can I ask you? मैम, मैं थोड़ा सा पीछे से पूछना चाहूंगा. आप कह रहे थे कि किसी भी एक्टर को अपनी लेंस को इंटरप्रेट नहीं करना है. इसका क्या मतलब है? क्या किसी एक्टर को अपनी लेंस का मतलब भी पता नहीं होना चाहिए? फिर इससे वो इमोशंस कैसे क्रिएट करेगा?
तो ये कह रहे हैं कि जब आप उन लाइंस को लेकर जब आप को एक्टर के साथ किसी सीन या सिचुएशन में आमने सामने होंगे तो आपको तब बेहतर समझ में आएगा कि इसका इमोशन क्या होना चाहिए. अगर आप पहले से तय कर लेंगे तो हो सकता है आप किसी गलत दिशा में चले जाएं और उससे बाहर ना निकल पाए.
आप ये सेट पर या फिर किसी को एक्टर के सामने?
को एक्टर के साथ, क्योंकि सीन में को एक्टर भी तो होंगे ना
जी, पर
जब उनके साथ आप काम करेंगे तो उनके रिएक्शन से भी आपको समझ में आएगा कि आपका क्या इमोशन बन रहा है.
ओके, मैं ओके आई गॉट इट. बट ये भी मैं समझ पा रहा हूँ कि कोई इंसान कोई भी एक्टर को अपनी डिलीवरी स्पीच देने से पहले उसे उसका मतलब पता होना चाहिए.
हाँ, मैं ये नहीं कह रही हूँ कि मतलब नहीं पता होना चाहिए, पर वो ये कहते हैं कि आप उनको बहुत ज्यादा मतलब भी मत उलझें. आप केवल उतना तो आप जब पढ़ेंगे तो आप याद कर लें तो वो मैं वहां गया था, मैंने ये खाया, मुझे पसंद नहीं आया. अगर आप इसको याद करेंगे तो इसका एक शाब्दिक अर्थ तो आपको समझ में आएगा ही, लेकिन इसके साथ भाव क्या है, भावना क्या है, वो सब तो आपको तब समझ में आएगा जब सिचुएशन आपके सामने क्लियर हो.
और मैम, पहला सवाल है कि आपने दो पर्सन्स के बारे में बात की, एक जो कमरे के अंदर बैठा है और अपना काम कर रहा है और एक जो नॉक कर रहा है. लेकिन मैं सोच रहा था कि वो नॉक की स्पीड भी तो हो सकती है कि वो तेज बजा रहा है, स्लो बजा रहा है. एग्जांपल के तौर पर जब पुलिस आपके घर आती है तो वो तेज बजाती है. कोई एक्साइटमेंट में आ रहा है तो तेज बजाएगा, और कोई इंसान जो आप बहुत स्वीट है वो आपको मतलब सरप्राइज देना चाह रहा है, आपको चौंकाना चाह रहा है तो वो स्लो बजाएगा. आप उस पर कमेंट करेंगे प्लीज?
बिल्कुल, वो बिल्कुल अलग अलग नॉक होगा. तभी तो इस कैरेक्टर को समझ में आएगा कि बाहर कौन हो सकता है और मुझे क्या करना है ना। अब पुलिस का नॉक है तो इसको समझ में आ गया, तो ये हो सकता है पिछले दरवाजे से भाग भी जाए। अगर मान लो वहां पिछला दरवाजा है तो हो सकता है वो भाग भी जाए वहां से, या हो सकता है वो एकदम तेज बहुत अदब के साथ दरवाजा खोले। तो ये उसका अपना कैलकुलेशन होगा कि अगर ये पुलिस है तो मुझे कैसे पेश आना चाहिए।
मैम अगर पुलिस है तो सायरन से वैसे ही हिंट मिल जाती है, नॉक करने की कोई जरूरत ही नहीं।
जरूरी नहीं है कि कोई पुलिस ऑफिसर आपके घर में आ रहा है तो पहले वो सायरन बजाता हुआ आएगा, वो तो सीधा पहुंच जाएगा, नॉक करेगा, बात खत्म।
ये सीन बाय सीन डिपेंड करता है, अभी तो करोगे नहीं तो पता ही कैसे चलेगा, वाली बात है। मैम ये तो सीन बाय सीन डिपेंड करता है, जब आप करोगे तो वो अलग सीन की अलग वो होती है, ये आपको आप भी बता नहीं सकते ना हम लोग। ये जब हम कुछ प्ले करेंगे या कुछ भी करेंगे तो हाँ बस ये अनुमान लगा सकते हैं, ये क्वेश्चन नहीं बनता कोई भी
ना। अनुमान लगा सकते हैं कि अगर पुलिस का नॉक होगा तो वो कैसा होगा।
हाँ वो उसका बैकग्राउंड क्या, जो पुलिस वाला आ रहा है जरूरी है कि वो पकड़ने के लिए आ रहा है, वो कैसे भी आ सकता है, वो स्लो भी बजा सकता है।
हाँ वो पासपोर्ट के लिए इंक्वायरी करने भी आ सकता है।
यस मैम।
So we will wrap up for a 10-minute break. It's a 7:10 right now, more or less. So we will meet at 7:20. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay, guys. Thank you very much. So, guys, we are back, and we can resume the discussion.
Yeah.
I have one question.
Please.
Ma'am, like in this interaction that I'm having, let's say like now with you, so does the environment also play a role? Am I responding to that too? Environment in the sense, let's say now I'm in a closed room, but now let's say like my door is open and there are people passing by. So will that environment take I'm unmute. You have to unmute.
It will depend on your zone of concentration. If your concentration is high within your zone, then it may not affect. But if your zone is including that, then it would affect. So that is why when actors have to deliver some lines which are very poignant or whatever, then they prefer ki it is not just to have focus on myself, but to be more concentrated when they hope that बाकी एरिया में लाइट डिम होगी और उनके एरिया में लाइट हाई होगी. So it helps them to reduce from the other areas. नहीं तो आपकी एनर्जी उस सब तक पहुंचती है, उस सबको टच कर रही होती है when you are performing. अगर आपका जोन छोटा हो जाता है तो आप और अधिक कंसंट्रेशन के साथ उसको पकड़ सकते हैं या कर सकते हैं.
Is the purpose of those stage lights also that like stage पे जैसे वो lights होते हैं ना बहुत bright सामने आपके,
हाँ.
कभी purpose यही होता है कि आगे दिखे ना, like in a way.
You mean the footlights?
हाँ footlights क्या.
हाँ footlights का, पर अब footlights हम लोग कम यूज करते हैं क्योंकि वो बहुत ज्यादा चेहरे पर इस तरह करता है, पर हाँ पर्पस वो एक तरह का लाइन वॉल बनाना.
Ma'am, just one question. That जैसे Stanislavski talked about the center of attention. So does Meisner also say something about the center of attention?
He is constantly saying that the center of your attention should be your co-actor.
Outside you.
It is on the co-actor.
Okay. Thank you. This would be.
So we were talking about how he is saying that you should use your imagination also as a resource in your preparation, because very often the imagination is stronger than experience. So an actor must learn how to use what moves you and what affects you. मतलब रूल्स अपनी जगह हैं, लेकिन आपको ये देखना है कि आपके लिए क्या काम करता है और किस चीज से आप ज्यादा असर आप पर होता है. So is it what is giving you the charge to create that entry? Is it an experience? Is it imagination? So what is working for you, you use that. So don't come in empty. Bring in that element which belongs only to you and no one else, which is stimulating for you and no one else. So in building that preparation, you should use something that is very special और जिससे आप relate कर सकते. It could be free association, it could be wishful thinking, it could be experience, it can be anything that gives you energy in the now. तो जैसे एक फिजिकल वार्म अप होता है, उसी तरह एंट्री से पहले आपको एक इमोशनल वार्म अप की भी जरूरत होती है और उस वार्म अप के लिए आप अपने ही रिसोर्सेज को यूज कर सकते हैं और उनको ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन में इस्तेमाल कर सकते हैं.
Ma'am, just one small question. Are there emotional warm-ups in like theater exercises or something like that? Like, so can you give some examples?
Well, this example is right here before you. I want to, somebody is working and I am going to enter and I want to enter like I have to make a entry of a person who is very happy. Now, for me, now how do I create that energy of happiness when I enter? So for me, वो हो सकता है वो इससे very delicious cheesecake. And still enjoying that taste और मैं उसकी खुशी को लेकर भी एक बहुत happiness का moment create कर सकती हूँ, है ना? तो ये वार्म अप्स जो हो सकते हैं, ये इस तरह की एसोसिएशन, इस तरह की चीजों को अपने साथ जोड़ने के लिए देखें दीजिए. तो ये सेंसेस को लेकर, एक्सपीरियंसेस को लेकर, रिकॉलिंग को लेकर इस तरह हम लोग कुछ करते भी हैं. पर ये जो है, ये इस तरह से बात कर रहे हैं कि आप अपने आप को चार्ज करने के लिए किसी इस तरह की चीज का वो कर सकते हैं. So this is private and personal. There is no need to disclose. No? And this works according to him because he's trained many actors in Hollywood, both for cinema as well as for the stage. This is क्योंकि emotional intensity दोनों के लिए आपको चाहिए होती है. दोनों में what all this is doing, living truthfully under imaginary circumstances. Your circumstances are imaginary, but you have to live truthfully through them and give a sense of truth in these imaginary circumstances. So this is your private and personal zone, but you must have it. And you don't have to always disclose about it. But also take something जिसको लेकर आप अपने अंदर गिल्टी ना महसूस करते हैं. फिर आपको लगेगा कहीं किसी को पता चल गया तो कैसा होगा. तो इतना भी ज्यादा वो मत करो. You, of course, I'm sure with experience, actors can use all kinds of associations. But when you begin with, you begin slow. Now, one very interesting thing that he says, and that is, Stanislavski talks of the magic if you were in that situation. He talks of as if. Now, as if से क्या होता है? अब कोई situation ऐसी है which is very alien to you. For example, there is a scene he talks about in which this boy comes to know that his girlfriend has been cheating on him, and it disturbs him. So he feels very ashamed, and he feels. So how does he create getting into that? So, it could not necessarily be that same. So parallel can be, he felt as if he had been humiliated by the director of the play in front of 10 people, उसको play से बाहर निकाल दिया. तो वो जो humiliation या sense of failure था, वो इसके जैसा है. या जब actually कहीं fail हो गए, तो उसको तो मतलब you don't have to always get into that situation. If it is alien and difficult for you, then you find a parallel to it which helps you in entering it.
Ma'am, is this as if it's just like that? जैसे आपने, I remember you told us कि हमें जरूरी नहीं होता कि वो feeling पकड़नी होती है, उसका भाव पकड़ना होता है. तो अगर हम
नहीं, एक parallel situation से आप उसके भाव तक पहुंच सकते हैं.
Like आपने एक एक्टिविटी के बारे में बताया था that you did in your theater time, that आपने बच्चों को बोला था कि you have to say something to a very elderly person, and then you told them that imagine you have to say something to your father that you always wanted to tell him. तो इसमें भी तो as if आया. It was not the same situation.
Right.
So this would go as the same example, right?
It was as if. So he has used a lot of the as if. That
Okay. Thank you.
Rehearsal में एक scene है where this girl has got pregnant and the mother is also crying and the girl is also crying कि हमारा मतलब हम बर्बाद हो गए. So to the actors he said it is as if आपको जेल की सजा सुना दी गई और आपको एक जेल में बंद कर दिया गया. तो आप उसको फील करो इंस्टेड ऑफ, अगर ये आपको बहुत, क्योंकि पुराना प्ले था, अगर इसके साथ नहीं बन पा रहा तो यू ट्राई समथिंग विद व्हिच यू कैन रिलेट. और लाइक यू हैव बीन कॉट हेरोइन स्मगल करते हुए या कुछ आप पकड़े गए हो, तो उस चीज को आप यूज कर सकते हो. तो व्हाट इज रिलेटेबल, यू look for that, you find that, you look for that, and you can, so you have a kind of a substitute for that situation. You have a substitute, but which is giving you the feelings which are close to that, or emotional states which are close to that situation. So that is a very interesting thing that he talks of using your personal example, and you describe for yourself a situation that would bring you personally to the emotional place where you need to be for playing that scene. मतलब आपको किस हाइट और किस तरह के इमोशन से उस सीन को प्ले करना है, वहां तक पहुंचने के लिए आप इसको यूज कर सकते हो. So, इतना आपका प्रिपरेशन आपको चाहिए. कब तक? जब तक कि को एक्टर से आपका इंटरैक्शन शुरू नहीं हो जाता. फिर वहां से तो सीन will develop its own course. But to begin that, you should not be empty, and you should have this preparation. This will give you the starting note. तो जितना strong आपका preparation होगा, जितना आप उसमें involved होंगे, जितना वो आपके लिए believable होगा, उतना आपको starting note strong मिले. That means अगर आप उसको यहाँ से उठाएंगे तो सीन वहां तक जा सकता है. अगर आप यहाँ से उठाएंगे तो सीन यहाँ तक जाए. तो वो जो स्टार्टिंग नोट है वो सीन की पूरे ग्राफ को अफेक्ट करता है. So that is why he suggests this, and he says you push it to the extremes. You know, I am wearing a nice dress. How nice! If it is an imaginary dress, उसमें तो हीरे भी लगे हो सकते हैं, पर वो मेरे लिए बिलीवेबल होना चाहिए. मेरे लिए, if I can believe in a dress of diamonds, then why can't I imagine myself wearing it? So it is how much my imagination is convinced of. You know, my imagination So I can push myself to the extreme of happiness, excitement, dejection, any emotion. He says the text is like a canoe. Canoe एक boat होती है ना? तो text तो एक किश्ती की तरह है, and the river on which it sits is the emotion. और वो जिस नदी में बहती है वो आपका emotion. The text floats on the river. If the water is turbulent, words will come like a canoe on a rough river. The text takes the character of your emotion. है ना? एक्टर के इमोशन से जो है वो अपना उसका जज्बा बनता है, आपके टेक्स्ट का. रिवर आपका इमोशन है और कैनो जो है वो टेक्स्ट है. उसको आप कितना इमोशन दे पाते हैं उससे उसकी जर्नी बनती है. तो इसमें आपका कैरेक्टर का पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू को लेते हुए और अपने इमोशन के साथ एक एज इफ से एक उसको बेस देते हुए आप टेक्स्ट को आगे ले जा सकते हैं. तो आप कितना इमोशन कैरी करेंगे वो छिपता नहीं है, whether it is cinema or theatre. So that does come across. And he says that is why sometimes it is good to have an obstacle to the want. You know, you have a want. I have to go for a party and I want to wear my best dress. So I come in and but what happens? My best dress is missing from my cupboard. So I want to wear my best dress and my best dress is missing. So what has happened? मेरी want के आगे एक obstacle आ गया, तो उससे मेरी want और बढ़ गई और मेरी playing में आपने एक और so you create challenges for yourself. So you're looking here, you're looking there, and then you find it or not find it or whatever. But the thing is that you challenge your wants, challenges come to your wants, so it adds more layers to your situation. And he says, you know, you can, as if का इस्तेमाल हम लाइफ में बहुत बार करते हैं और हम तो बहुत करते हैं, है ना? मेरे पांव तले जमीन खिसक गई, है ना? अब इसको एक्ट करें तो आपको एक बहुत आपको एक स्टांस मिलेगा. आप वीक पड़ गए, आपकी बॉडी हिल गई. सो ही आल्सो ही सेज, हम तो मुहावरों में कहते हैं, पर उन्होंने जिस तरह कहा कि एज इफ आई वाज हिट, एज इफ माय हार्ट जंप्ड आउट, है ना? इस तरह के बोलने में ये जो चीजें आती हैं, आप इनको भी how would you translate them in terms of metaphors for acting also? You can use them. And so in the initial stages of the rehearsal, what he would do is not use the actual lines of the text, but you paraphrase the lines and you pick up the character's point of view. मतलब इस सब के बीच में कैरेक्टर का पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू है कि आई एम ऑलवेज neglected, nobody cares for me, or so I instead of saying the lines of the text, I work with the paraphrasing of it and I am getting the character's point of view. So you don't you मतलब बीच में वो lines भी आ जाएं तो कोई बात नहीं. या जैसे वो हेरोइन वाला था कि हाँ, अरे हम पकड़ लिए गए, अब हमारा क्या, है ना? सब हमको ऐसे देख रहे हैं, हमको छिप जाना चाहिए या हमको कहीं चले जाना चाहिए. तो इसमें आपने उसका वो पकड़ लिया, अंडर करंट पकड़ लिया, है ना? उसके बाद आप इस अंडर करंट में आपको रिवर मिल गई, रिवर में आप किश्ती ला सकते. तो उस रिवर को पकड़ने के लिए सीधे लाइंस पर ना जाकर पैराफ्रेजिंग पर के थ्रू आप वहां तक पहुंच सकते हैं. Then the other very interesting thing is that you take, like he did this exercise with poetry with students. So what you do is you find out which is the seed line. Which is the seed line. है ना, जैसे एक पोएम है जिसमें वो कह रहा है I voted for Mr. Mayor, I spent so much money on the elections, I did this, I did that, and he turned out to be a fake and never to believe that. So इसमें seed line है कि I am disillusioned by the mayor or something. So what he would say is that you take the seed line का जो emotion है उसी से color करो पूरे text. So instead of saying, "Oh, Mr. Mayor, you were so good and we voted for you," you begin with that, you begin with this bitterness. "Oh, Mr. Mayor, you were so, you came to our house and we voted for you, and you have done this and you have done that," and never to believe in that. तो मतलब आप seed line के emotion से पूरे को color करो. या वो बता रहे हैं कि एक आदमी एक accident describe करता है, लेकिन उसमें वो बच गया. So he is happy that he is alive. So even if he is narrating this whole incident, then he will not narrate it in a sorry, sad voice, but he will do it with the happiness that he is alive. Oh, we were going in a taxi and this happened and that happened and wo, and I am alive today. So, you begin with what color the seed line is giving you, and then you color the entire piece, you color with that color. So इसके 3-4 examples हैं of bitterness of being cheated by a soldier and who was sent to some war in Vietnam or whatever. So how they believed in the war and how they feel bitter. So the seed line is indicating bitterness. Then you color it with bitterness throughout. So, or sometimes you may find there are two opposite tendencies. For example, there is this girl who thinks that she has had a very sad life and maybe if she, heaven may be better. So, she may be hopeful of heaven. But at the same time, the other viewpoint can be that she is sorry for herself that she has not had a good life. So then the contradictions, कई बार इसमें फिर actor director का point of view भी आता है. But sometimes you also have these kinds of possibilities that are there. Or there is a girl who was very poor and she saw a big house. But of course she would never have that house. But she had an affair with a boy and she didn't know that he was the owner of that house. But that boy ditched her. And then she went to court and the boy lost and she got the house. So she is triumphant. So with that triumph, maybe she can begin the entire page. So the note needs not be always to suit the lines, but to suit the point of view of the character who is using those lines. So, मतलब वो दुख से शुरू हो रहा है, तो इसका ये जरूरी नहीं है कि वो उसी में लाइंस बोली जाएं, पर आज वो लड़की जब रिकाउंट कर रही है, वो ट्रायम्फेंट है, तो वही अंदाज उसके कहने में आ सकता है. So this was one way of dealing with the text. Another was even to give an opposite reaction. So this is something that would come with time and practice for the actor. कि अगर अफसोस का होना चाहिए, आप वहाँ खुशी का reaction दे रहे हैं या कुछ, I think that takes time to come. He said one very interesting thing which I will. One thing, two things of time come here, I will say. One is that he was highly influenced by Freud, and he felt that the motivation के दो sources जो होते हैं, वो sex और ambition ज़्यादा होता है. So what his advice to the actors is not to fear that when you're drawing from your inner resources, to draw from those intimate desires or your intimate feelings, because those are, he also would read portions of Freud to the actors which he thought were relevant, that to draw from, he agreed more or less with this. So, like when we talked to Michael Chekhov, we talked of Jung, that archetypes and all are more coming from the Jungian understanding of human psychology. So this comes more from Freud. And then he used to say that there are within us two barrels. One is of our difficulties, our failures, our neuroses, whatever. And the other barrel is of our creativity. And the water, the juices from one barrel of the neuroses seep into the barrel of creativity, and they emerge as our talent. लेकिन फिर भी जो पहला बैरल है वो पूरी तरह खाली नहीं होता, वो दूसरे को फीड तो करता है, लेकिन उसमें फिर भी कुछ ना कुछ रह जाता है, वो कभी एकदम खाली नहीं होता है. So this was also part of his point of view. Now, when they work scenes, so he would go through these phases where they would first have the lines, then do these repetition exercises, knocking, entering, etc. And then they would do the paraphrasing, then this catching of the seed line and point of view of the character. Character का point of view क्या है? जैसा पहली exercise में था ना कि your third button is broken. My third button is broken. That is my point of view. My third button is broken. Your is my point of view. Mine is, so you get two alternate points of view to the same line. So you extend the same thing when you come to the text so that you get these different points of view. But what I would say, what is interesting is that though he says it is a lot dependent on the interaction between these two actors, he says again and again that the two actors do not come in empty, and that they have created their own world by creating the given circumstances. They have made that circle for themselves. The stronger your involvement with that circle, the greater your want to be in that circle, the dynamics of the scene will be much more energetic. So you see your believability, the actor's ability to believe, the actor's ability to construct something parallel within him, which keeps him rooted in that sequence, in the given circumstances of the play, and the performance takes off. Another thing he says that there is something that an actor will carry, which the audience may not know. You know, which is true of any art. You see a painting and you guess what the painter may have been thinking. But what exactly the painter was thinking, we don't know. Similarly, the actor is performing. Now, whether the actor is thinking only what the character is thinking, or he is also carrying along something of his to that performance, we will not know. We don't need to know. We have to go by what we are getting and what we are receiving. And the actor is free, as he says that this is your private and personal that what you take with you. Because about the text, he says, text is your greatest enemy. Because it is putting you in a world and circumstances that are alien to you, जो आपकी नहीं है, जो आपसे जुदा है, उसमें वो आपको डाल देता है और वो आपके ऊपर इतनी डिमांड्स लाता है, तो उसको अपना बनाने के लिए you use the as if, not the if, but the as if, कि आपके साथ ऐसी पैरेलल सिचुएशंस क्या हैं या आपके एक्सपीरियंस में या आपकी कल्पना में, जिससे आप उसको थोड़ा अपना बना सकें और आपके लिए उसमें घुलना या बहना या उसको समेट पाना अपने में आसान हो जाए. So these are the so you can हाँ, ये तो मैंने, it brings you personally on that emotional plane which is necessary for you to play that scene. आपको किस स्तर से, किस स्वर, जिसको हम म्यूजिक की भाषा में कहें, क्योंकि एक्टिंग में तो म्यूटेशन भी हमको ही बनाना पड़ता है ना, हमको बना बनाया म्यूटेशन नहीं मिलता. तो हम किस स्वर से शुरू करें, उसी से हमारा ऊपर का फैलाव या आगे का रास्ता तय होगा. तो वो जो ओपनिंग नोट है वो आपको अपने अंदर से अपनी चीजों को जोड़कर, गिवन सर्कमस्टांसेस को जोड़कर, उससे पैदा कर उसको अपने साथ लेकर एंटर करना है ना. So that, so and then
you want, ma'am, that video to play now, or let that video these people watch? I would send the link to them, and you want to complete this discussion because we have roughly around 10 minutes.
We have roughly 10 minutes. That is how many? 20 minutes? 15 minutes?
I mean, that's a 15 minutes duration video, roughly around.
अच्छा, तो
let me just check once again.
वो देख सकते हैं तो देख सकते हैं. There are some questions.
It is a 15-minute video. So you, how many points are still left of the Meisner technique? Do you think we
more or less covered?
More or less covered. So what I would suggest is you finish this thing today, your lecture part.
Yeah.
Let these people watch video later on. If they have a question, tomorrow morning we will begin with that, and then we would move to another master, say for example, Lee Strasberg, if you want to.
नहीं, मेरा तो अभी हो गया ना.
Yeah.
So I mean, अभी I hope there will be somebody else now for them. They must be also tired of me.
No, that, I mean, I wanted to continue two more masters like Lee Strasberg we haven't discussed.
Huh.
We also have not discussed the Brecht, Bertolt Brecht. And if there are other people like...
Can I have a break next week? And then
we can do that. We can do that. Next week we can have a break. And then later on we would continue whenever you would be relatively free. So we can do that. Not a problem. So I would suggest that these people can watch the video.
If we want, we can watch a little bit of the video now.
Okay.
And the rest they can do. क्योंकि उसमें उन्होंने ये इस चीज पे बहुत फोकस किया है कि दोनों एक्टर अपने साथ कुछ लेकर आते, कि it is not just an improvisation of repetition. His method is not just that you keep improvising the repetition, but what you bring with it, bring for it in your preparation is what makes it meaningful. So that is said very well.
So shall we watch the video and pause in between whenever you want? Yeah. Okay.
And I think we've got to be quiet about this. If people find out that you've done Meisner technique in your acting, they sometimes get a little bit nervous about it because maybe they don't know about it and they think you're going to be weird. And I certainly don't want to be weird. So I keep quiet about it. I use different approaches to acting all the time, but one of the approaches has been helped by learning the Meisner technique, and I'm going to explain to you exactly what it is. When I normally work on a part, I learn the lines and I examine them and think about them endlessly, and eventually something happens and I find myself acting. With the Meisner technique, it's just the opposite way. We're aiming at the same kind of acting in the end, but you start off with acting. Now, first of all, the first part of in fact, the entire thing of the Meisner technique boils down to one exercise. And the exercise goes like this. You come into the room, you sit down, someone else sits down opposite you. You're both probably new to the class, and you're told, okay, I want you to say something to this other person about how they look. And so this person says, you have a black shirt. And you say, okay, now I want you to say the same thing back to this person. And so they say, you have a black shirt. And you say, okay, now that's the last time we will do that, because in future, when you say you have a black shirt, I want you to repeat the lines from your point of view. Now, this business of repetition, if you've heard about it before, I promise you within these 10 minutes, I will get to the entire point of Meisner. When you repeat back, you don't say you have a black shirt, you say I have a black shirt. So in other words, you repeat what you've been told from your point of view. Someone says, you have grey hair, I say I have grey hair. And because they've heard me say, if I'm doing it, because they've heard me say I have grey hair, they repeat that from their point of view. They say, you have grey hair. Except it's not a conversation, it's not, you have grey hair. You have grey hair. You simply repeat the last thing you've heard. So if it's been said 50 times, you have grey hair, I have grey hair, you have grey hair, I have grey hair. It doesn't matter how many times it goes on, it's only the last time you need to remember. So the wonderful thing about this exercise is you already know your lines, because the other person will have said what it is. Now this repetition goes on, and it changes after a while. And the reason it changes is because if you've started off with, you have a colourful tie, and I say, if I'm one of the two people doing the exercise, I say, I have a colourful tie, you have a colourful tie, I have a colourful tie, you have a colourful tie, I have a colourful tie. Now, that person then, for some reason, might notice that I paused, and so they might find themselves saying, you paused. And so I would say, I paused, you paused, I paused, you paused, I paused. So all they have to do is repeat. That's the exercise. They just repeat. That's the exercise. Now, this exercise gets developed. And there is one set of rules. You are not allowed to do anything physically violent. You're not allowed to break anything valuable. And you're not allowed be sexually abusive. So everything else is on. So you do this exercise together. And this is where it gets interesting. This is where the big boys, the Duvall, the Gregory Peck, the Tom Cruise, all the people who've used this exercise, this is where it gets interesting, because you do exactly this exercise, except that the first person who's doing it is in the room, the studio, the class is all watching with the director. But this person is sitting in the room as if they were on a stage, and they're doing something, they're doing some activity. There's no one else in the room, and their partner for the exercise, with whom they're going to be repeating, knocks at the door. This person goes to the door, answers the door, and they do the repetition exercise. That's it, except that the person in the room has got an activity to do. They will have prepared this in advance. It's something that is important. It's quite difficult to do. It's possible to do within the time, but difficult. And if they don't achieve it, if they don't do it within this time they've set themselves, then there are consequences. So they will have worked out what their activity for that particular day is going to be. And the other person who comes into the room has got a preparation worked out, which also has to be difficult but possible and something they can believe in, and that there are consequences if they don't bring it up. I will give you a quick example. The person coming in might have decided that their preparation is that they're coming to this door because they've left their passport behind and they're on the way to the airport. They've got to have their passport. Now, if the exercise has been worked out well, and if it isn't, then the leader will explain why not. But if it's been worked out well, that person will know, first of all, that it's possible that they would leave their passport behind. Now, some people would never leave their passport. I might leave my passport behind. It's possible. I can imagine doing that. And I can imagine it being very important. I would know where I was going. I was going to southern Colorado Springs, where there's a theater that I'm working at, and I need to be there the next day because there's only a week's left of rehearsal. I'm taking over someone's part, and I've got to be there. There can't be any delay. I can't arrive the next day. It's really important, and I've got to have my passport. So why don't I simply let myself in through the door? Well, I've sublet the apartment while I'm away. So that's the person coming in. Now they knock at the door, and the person who answers the door uses that knock as the first part of their repetition exercise. So they describe the knock. So I go, and they come to the door, they open the door, and they say, that was a firm knock. They don't think about it. In fact, in none of the repetitions should there be thinking. I saw a Meisner exercise the other day done by someone else, and everyone can do their own way of this, but they had something like, one of the repetitions was, you look tired. And I was taught not to do that, not to have a judgment. You know, I could say you've got lines under your eyes are red. That's a fact, I know that. But I'm not making a judgment. Anyway, I say, you know, the person who answers the door says, you knocked quickly. And they have to repeat. Now, when that person with their preparation of having to get the passport comes in, they're no longer in their house trying to find their passport. But if they've worked it out, if they've got themselves worked up enough, when they knock at that door, they will find that when they come in, they will tend to push past that person and come into the room. And this person who's let them come into the room will probably be a bit annoyed about that. And so the repetition exercise will start being quite interesting, as I'll show you in a moment. But the person in the room has an activity. I will give you an example of quite a well worked out activity. I happened to have read that day in a very silly newspaper about a kind of cancer operation. And they found that there was this particular cancer was in a particular part of the brain. And the doctors knew that now was the time to start the operation, because at this particular point, the patient would start talking nonsense. And it was when they started talking nonsense that they knew to start. A few minutes after that, start the operation. So they would wait days sometimes till this moment happened, and then they would start the operation. I read this, and this was my preparation. I imagine I have a daughter. I can imagine that. And I have not seen my daughter for a while. And I've been telephoned and told that my daughter is going to have this operation, and so they feel that maybe I should be able to come along and see her, to say goodbye, to say hello. They feel that would be right. And they tell me about the operation, and I go along, and I'm by her bed. And I imagine all this before the exercise starts. I'm by her bed, and I know the operation she's going to have. And she says, hello, John. And I say, hello. And she says, you know I'm going to have this operation? And I say, yes. And she says, it's strange that we're meeting like this after such a long time. And I say, yes, this is all in my imagination before the exercise starts. I've worked this out a day in advance to bring my activity to the class, just as you want to bring vital issues to a part, any part, before you go on the stage, probably anyway. And she says to me, so will you be here when I come out from having had my operation? And I say, yes. And she says, will you be jumping up and down on one leg and juggling 3 oranges? And at that point, the doctors who have been listening nod at me and they start making arrangements for her to be taken off to have the operation. And there happened to be 3 oranges in this dish by her bed. And something makes me feel that if I could, I don't like to think positive thinking and all this stuff, but if I could juggle 3 oranges in the air, jumping on one leg while I do it, it might bring her through the operation. And I can believe that. Think me mad, I don't care. I can believe that. And if I drop an orange, I'll feel it's like the surgeon dropping a stitch in the operation. So that's my activity. When the exercise starts, my activity is that I have a few minutes before the operation starts to learn to juggle with 3 oranges while I'm jumping around on one leg. And I've just started. And it's not going terribly well, but I'm trying quite hard. And at that point, what happens? A knock at the door. I have to answer the door. I go to the door, I run to the door. I say, that was a loud knock. And I will come back into the room. And this person comes in and tells me that I'm juggling with 3 oranges. I'm juggling with 3 oranges. You're juggling with 3 oranges, juggling. This person takes one of the oranges away. Oh, don't do that. Don't take one of my oranges away.
Okay, we can stop here.
Yeah.
See, I can just make.
We can stop here.
Yeah.
You can see it again once more. But if you have any questions, मतलब इसने जो अपनी activity बनाई, उसकी need इतनी जबरदस्त बनाई that look at the starting point he's getting when that other person knocks and he says, please don't take these oranges away, because he has his own activity is very funny, juggling 3 oranges on one leg. But he has worked out the reason why he is doing it. That maybe if I learn this and I can do this, then maybe she will pull through. So and he can believe in it and he can carry it. So you see, your interaction is there, the repetition exercise, but also your preparation before entering the exercise is equally important. दूसरे की भी अर्जेंसी है, उसको पासपोर्ट लेना है और एयरपोर्ट पहुंचना है, वो भी एक बिलीवेबल सिचुएशन है. और यहाँ पर एक उसने बहुत ही अपने लिए बिलीवेबल सिचुएशन बना ली जो शायद हमें पता भी ना चले, but which is giving him the charge and the emotion to play at the level at which he is demonstrating. So this preparation, now these are the, what we would say, the actor has created the given circumstances in this particular case. But even in another circumstance, उसका जो connections हैं, हम character की want के साथ link करते करते, I want my daughter to live. That is the want that he is playing. Whatever be the action, that is the want that he is playing. So similarly, if you can catch the character's want, if you can connect with it, with the as if of your experience, make it strong, genuine, and believable for yourself, then you can get an emotion that can take you to higher heights than just playing it at the ordinary mundane level. That would be the difference the preparation would give you.
So fine, ma'am. Thank you very much. I think these people have got enough basic fundamentals clear and they could carry it a little further. and maybe at some other point later on, once you will be little after the break for a few weeks, we can
Yeah.
again connect on a very specific note. So
Yeah.
it was interesting and wonderful to have you here, and it was I'm sure that some of the students would have been definitely benefited, those who are regularly attending these past classes. So on this note, I'll wrap up the class for today, and then you can sign off. I'll connect with you later on.
Okay. Okay.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
ma'am.
सर मैम मेरा बस एक था जैसे हम लोगों ने अभी कवर किया है थ्योरीज को, तो आप जो बुक्स सजेस्ट करना चाहती हैं वो हमें कर सकती हैं पर्सनली,
वो मैं
मतलब
नरेश जी से हम लोग बात कर
हाँ,
लेंगे।
जो कंटेंट हो जो भी, क्योंकि आप मतलब वीडियोस में तो आपने बताया वो, पर अगर हम और पढ़ेंगे तो और अच्छे से आएगा।
ठीक है। हाँ, इसकी भी बुक है जिसमें ये पूरा प्रोसेस है सैनफोर्ड माइजनर का, जहाँ से मैंने मतलब मैंने जहाँ जहाँ अवेलेबल हुआ आई हैव यूज्ड
मतलब आपको जो ठीक लगता है कि हम लोगों को पढ़ना चाहिए, आप अपने हिसाब से दे दें।
स्टेप बाय स्टेप मिल जाएगा।
ओके मैम, थैंक यू सो मच।
Okay, ma'am. Thank you so much. Bye bye.
थैंक यू सर।
थैंक यू।
So we are launching this poll now, which is more of your, as I said, that your attendance. So you can mark it, and then it will be end of the class. I would send you the PDF file of all what ma'am has discussed and in the class. There are a couple of PDF files of all these techniques which she has talked about. You can take a printout, and then you can start marking the differences and all that. I would also prepare a few notes on the basis of what discussion are being conducted in the classroom. So it would be helpful. So that's what I can say. So one more person. Thank you very much, and have a nice day. Bye bye.
बाय सर।